Oh god, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Well, I see you've calmed down after that little rant of yours.
Hey Naruto-san. Yeah, I'm better now. It's just, I'm conflicted with the Naruto chapter.
What's conflicting about it?
Well, since it's called 666, I thought something epic was going to happen, but no, not really. I'm not saying that the chapter was bad, no, it's just Obito. I don't know how to feel about this guy now.
I thought you hate Obito.
Oh, I do. He was badly written in this arc. It's just now he's getting his chance to redeem himself, and I don't want to feel bad for him. I mean, sympathize him or like him, like I used to in Kakashi Gaiden, you know?
You know what, Lunar? I want to give you some advice. Don't allow a hatred over a character overlook your overall opinion, your overall thoughts over a chapter. I mean, a chapter can be good or bad despite a hatred or a liking towards a certain character.
Really, huh? That's actually some pretty good advice. Thanks, Naruto-san. Alright, now we can finally do the Naruto chapter review.
Glad I can help.
But do you know what the best part is about this chapter?
The cliffhanger ending?
Well, there's that, but now that Obito's done his deed, he can finally die! What?
Even after what happened, you still don't like him, do you?
Hey, I give credit where it's due, but I still don't like him. Hey guys, LunarSpot27 here, bringing you Naruto chapter 666. 666, the two Mangekyou. For any fans that were looking forward to something epic to happen in this week's chapter because of the whole 666, yeah, not really, but there were some important stuff that did happen in this week's chapter. So the chapter begins with Obito's hand being shoved up inside Madara's chest. Now it looks like that there are flames coming out of Obito's arms, so I'm assuming that it's probably because of the other half of Kurama's chakra that he now has. But before he could even do anything, Madara tries to grab the Rinnegan away from Obito, but his arm just went through him. After witnessing what Obito's Mangekyou Sharingan can do, Madara decides to put some distance between them. However, Obito can still stretch his arm so that he is still connected to Madara. We cut to what looks like might be their mindscape or something, but it's the place where all the 9 Bijou portions are inside. It's this giant lake or river, ocean, whatever, and underneath it are all the 9 Bijous, with the other half of Kurama hovering above it. So what Obito is trying to do is to extract all the 9 Bijous away from Madara so that he would no longer be the new Jubi Jinchuriki. However, Obito wasn't strong enough, and all he managed to do was pull out portions of Gyuki and Shuukaku. Now, I'm not exactly sure what Obito is going to do with the Gyuki chakra and the Shuukaku chakra. Maybe he'll give that to Naruto, but I still don't know. Maybe he could give the Gyuki chakra to Killer Bee. And speaking of Killer Bee, where the hell is he? Well, anyway, Obito tells Kakashi to bring Naruto into the Kamui dimension, which he does so along with Sakura. Obito tries to use Kamui to head to the Kamui dimension himself, but since Madara is now aware of what Obito's Mangekyou Sharingan can do, he instantly figured out that when teleporting, Obito's body has to take material form. So he launches 2 of his Amnyoten Jutsu ball things towards Obito, but Obito managed to use that staff that he recently obtained in the previous chapter to block them. So because Madara was able to determine the speed of Obito's teleportation, also with Obito being too hasty and careless, Madara was able to take advantage of the opening. Meanwhile, inside the Kamui dimension, Sakura begins to breathe heavily. According to her, it was because of the fear that she felt when Madara appeared that she hardly remembered to keep breathing. So Madara is like either Aizen or he's like Asnot now? What? I thought Sakura was sweating and breathing hard was because of what little chakra she has left. And back with Madara, Kakashi, and Obito, Kakashi and Obito decide to team up at least one last time because Obito is going to die eventually, just like in the old times back in Kakashi Gaiden. So Obito's going to take the lead and Kakashi's going to be back up. And it seems despite everything that happened during this arc, they're still able to get along. I guess this is because Obito is now good again thanks to Naruto's talk no jutsu and, of course, Minato and Kakashi talking to him too. Well, anyway, Obito then says, "You're curious, aren't you, Madara, to see what the original true power of both right and left Sharingan together can do? Isn't that what you said?" But then Madara replies, "No, it's no longer the Sharingan, it's the Rinnegan now." But Obito wasn't talking about Madara, he was talking about him and Kakashi. And then we enter another frickin' flashback. I'll be honest here, I just don't really care. It's just to show how Obito and Kakashi can get along, especially, with everything that happened with them, even though back in the past they couldn't get along at all. I'm not going to go into full detail about what was going on in the flashback. In the flashback, Obito and Kakashi are arguing with each other, and Minato and Rin are just standing on top of a building watching all this happening. I'm not going on full detail what they're saying. I just don't really care about this flashback. I just didn't see what the point is. I mean, we get it. Obito and Kakashi are getting along with each other now, even though back then they couldn't. But I will say this in the flashback. Guy pops in out of nowhere, wants to challenge Kakashi, and I thought that was freaking funny, especially when Kakashi said, "These are my classmates? Fuck my life." I don't know what it is with manga stream translations, but I always enjoy their translations more than manga pandas. Okay, now we get back to with the present. Madara is learning about Obito's Mangekyou Sharingan and coming up with possible theories of what will happen. He came up with two, and it was drawn in a very nice panel, by the way. One of the situations that he came up with was either Kakashi attacking Madara and with Obito using the Kamui to teleport, or that Obito will attack Madara and Kakashi uses his Kamui to teleport Obito. Madara even contemplates whether he should use that limbo jutsu. I think it was the limbo Hengoku that Madara used a couple chapters back against the 9 Bijus. Although I wish we could know more in detail what that limbo technique was. But he's not going to use it because he needs the Rinnegan, which is still inside Obito's eye socket. So Madara decides to attack both Kakashi and Obito at the same time, unleashing more of those Omnioten black ball things. Minato tries to step in. He has his tri-pronged kunai inside his mouth. I don't know how the hell he got that inside his mouth, but before he can even do anything, he trips. Oh my god, this is the third chapter in a row. He tries to help even with no arms, but he just falls. He trips and falls. I mean, okay, I'll admit, I laughed when that happened, but I felt bad for Minato. I mean, can't this guy catch a break? I mean, the previous chapter he had Sage Mode, and that didn't do very well for him, especially since he no longer has any arms at all. So all Minato can do now is watch and continue that flashback, where Rin just pulls both Kakashi and Obito towards God knows where. I don't really care about the flashback. Really, I don't. Oh, and also, where the hell is Gaara? Obito and Kakashi both use Kamui at the same time. Obito teleports away, but then all of a sudden an explosion occurred because of the impact of those Omnioten jutsus. So because both Kakashi and Obito activated Kamui at the same time, the speed of the teleportation was twice as fast. This was something that Madara did not calculate, something that Madara was not expecting at all, for both Kakashi and Obito to use Kamui to teleport Obito away. Meanwhile with Obito, since now that he made it to the Kamui dimension, he's going to give Naruto the other half of Kurama, meaning that he should be alive, right? Well, we'll just have to wait and see for the next couple of chapters, but if that is true, then there you go, guys. Main character is gonna be okay. With Sakura, she was a bit suspicious with Obito. Can't really blame her, really. But Obito says, "For a long time now, I haven't been able to walk a straight and honest path. But now, finally, I've come around." This definitely confirms that he is officially went back to the good side, and as I said before, Naruto is going to get the other half of Kurama. Now, what happened with Kakashi since he wasn't at the Kamui dimension? Well, don't worry, Kakashi's okay. Thanks to Guy, who looked like activated a part of his 8 Chakra Gates. But I'm surprised that Guy was able to activate the Chakra Gates even though he was exhausted from the previous chapter. Madara even recognized him like he's seen him somewhere before. And then the chapter ends with Guy saying, who is that? Okay, is this another one of those, like, jokes about Guy's memory since he couldn't recognize Kisame? Or is it because Madara changed so much that Guy really cannot recognize him? So yeah, that is Naruto chapter 666. What did I think? Well, I actually thought the chapter was okay. I mean, it wasn't great, but it still wasn't bad, so it's kind of in the middle. So an okay, or at least a decent. Despite my hatred towards Obito, I thought it was kind of cool seeing these two work together. I mean, Obito did a pretty good job. I will admit that for now. Although I was expecting a big battle between those two and Madara, but no, they're focusing more on getting the other half Kurama to Naruto. Speaking of Naruto, he should be okay now that he's got the other half of Kurama. I mean, it was said by the other Kurama that he needs the other half in order to live. But we probably won't get to see him for the next couple of chapters. But if he wakes up instantly, imagine his reaction when he sees Sakura's hand inside his chest. He'd totally freak. And for those of you guys saying that Sakura is going to sacrifice herself to save Naruto like what Chio did to Gaara, yeah, it looks like that's not going to happen. Now, I don't know what it is with Kishimoto and Minato, but this is the third chapter in a row where Minato cannot catch a break. Especially now that he has no arms. I mean, what is he gonna do now? Also to mention, the flashback. Now, some of you guys probably didn't like the previous flashback, but at least that flashback had historical value, learning some new things about the Rikudo Sennin. This flashback felt completely unnecessary. I mean, what was the point of it? To show Kakashi and Obito can get along now, even though in the past they couldn't? We already knew that. There was no need for the flashback. But I did like the artwork of Madara thinking of possible scenarios of how the fight was going to go down, even though he didn't expect both of them to activate Kamui at the same time. Now with Guy Sensei finally showing up, I am looking forward to seeing him fight against Madara, especially since it was stated over a year ago that only taijutsu might work on him. I was thinking that next week's chapter was going to be the reveal of the mysterious person who's with Sasuke, but I think that's going to be put on hold so that we can see the Guy versus Madara fight, which I'm really looking forward to because according to the Manga Panda translation, Guy unleashes a forbidden jutsu, which means that he might do the evening something when he activates 8 gates. It has been foreshadowed that Guy might activate 8 gates, but if he does that, he is going to die, which means that Team Guy will lose another member of their team, which would kind of suck if Guy were to die. I mean, say what you will about the character, he's a kick-ass taijutsu user, but then again, it would be freaking awesome to see Guy activate all the 8 chakra gates. I mean, we've seen him use Asakujaku, Morning Peacock, then we've seen him use Hirodora, Afternoon Tiger. All that's left now is the evening something. We don't know what kind of animal it could be, but it might be freaking awesome to see. However, I'm wondering where the hell is Tenten and Lee? Did Guy leave them behind? I mean, Tenten recognized the Rikudo Sennin's ninja tools, the pot and the gourd. However, the gourd is useless because they need the rope and they need the sword to cut out a piece of what soul thing that extracts out of their mouth and to record the word that the person would say the most in order to seal said person into the gourd. But there's still the pot, so they could try to use the pot against Madara to seal him. Although if that were to happen, it's all Madara's fault for spitting them out in the first place. So even though it's still bugging me who the hell the mysterious person is with Sasuke, we probably won't get to that anytime soon, unfortunately. But overall, I thought this chapter was neither good nor bad, just okay. And even though Obito should have died sooner because he activated Rinne Tensei and he's not dead yet, he'll most likely die in the next chapter, or at least in the chapter after that. He'll die soon, hopefully. I mean, he did his good deed, he had his chance for redemption, but whether he's good or bad, he's going to die either way. So yeah, that is Naruto chapter 666. Tell me guys, what do you think of this week's chapter? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you looking forward to seeing Guy going 8 chakra gates on Madara? I highly doubt Madara will be defeated that easily, but are you guys looking forward to it anyway? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like the video if you like it and subscribe to more videos. Also, be sure to check out my Facebook fan page and Google+. So yeah, that is Naruto chapter 666. I'm LunaSpider27 and I will see you guys later. Bye.